So this is how I kind of do it. It's a little bit easier, especially with like the guest star feature on Twitch. You kind of both have to be signed up for it, and that only works on Google Chrome. Um,
Oh.
so trying to get folks to like go through and get that download, invite them over, it can
Hmm.
be kind of weird because they want to be able to essentially access your camera and your microphone through the web browser. So
And that's through Twitch and Chrome?
yeah, Twitch and Chrome is how that
Oh,
happens.
okay. Hmm.
Um, oh, because I got a little small bank of questions I like to ask, kind of make them a little bit personal too.
All right.
Had to be a little bit of an investigator on you for a bit. Um, okay, so first off, why don't we just get started and tell us who you are?
Um, I'm DJ, aka Just Super Saiyan. Um, well, I'm a full-time content creator now. Doing that and going to school, father of three. Um, yeah.
Nice. So how long have you actually been creating content
Uh, Actually, I'll hit my 3-year affiliate anniversary on Twitch in a couple of weeks. Um, so about, but I also took about a year hiatus, so I'd probably say maybe about 2.5 years.
for? 2.5 years in total. Okay. So
Yeah.
why'd you take the hiatus? What happened?
Oh, uh, just a lot of toxic relationship, a lot of
Oh
personal shit, and I just kind of, took a little break off of that.
no, I feel
So,
that 100%. I had that happen about 3 years ago to myself.
yeah,
When I initially started, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do this until I move from Kansas.
yeah,
And then when I got PCS, I took that opportunity and I ran with it, and I was like, it's time to start up again.
yeah.
Um, okay, so DJ, is that your actual name or is it short for anything?
Yeah, it's my initials, Daniel Jackson.
Daniel Jackson. Okay.
So, but my grandma gave me that nickname the day I was born, and I've been called that my entire life as DJ. So,
Well, yeah, easy enough. My buddy Darwin, he goes by IXI DJ IXI for his gamer tag, and
oh, okay.
his is because his name's Darwin, but he's a junior, so he picked up DJ as well.
Hmm.
Um, but okay, not too bad. So I've been kind of watching you for a few months now, and I gotta say, like when I first came into your stream, it was mostly through Regiment, because you were prior military, right?
Yep,
Okay, and we talked about it a little bit, but for the folks in here, you said you were in the Navy, correct?
yep. I was Navy CB for about 6.5 years.
And what is a CB?
It's a combat engineer.
Okay, so
Um,
you said 6 years. So what did that kind of entail that you can tell us?
Basically, it's not like the rest of the fleet. It's technically spec ops for Navy, but not to be confused with spec war. Um, when everybody thinks spec ops, they think SEALs, but spec ops, special ops, is just anything that's outside the Navy norm. So I've 6.5 years. I never went on a ship or a boat. I did 2 tours to Afghanistan and one to Africa. Um, and basically, the motto is we build, we fight. Um, so we go to places and we can construct compounds or bases up and defend it at the same time.
Okay, that's kind of like similar to what I'm doing now. So I'm a part of a contingency response unit in the Air Force. So what
Mm-hmm.
we do is we go out and we respond to natural disasters. But on top of that, we also help establish airfields.
Okay, yep.
So once the Army Airborne goes in and they clear the initial ground, we come in right behind them, and we start building up the infrastructure. And then we set up the first line defense with the defenders in the Army there.
Mm-hmm.
My position specifically, I'm actually going to be the ramp coordinator, so I'm kind of the liaison through all the air crew and everybody else there, just making sure they get what they need and get where they go in a timely manner and help the operations smooth out. Because I'm not necessarily a specialist when that stuff happens, but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just help out because I can speak some of the lingo of air crew.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
we do a lot of humanitarian work too. Like the one in Africa was a lot of humanitarian work, like building water wells and things like that for
Oh, dude,
villages and all that stuff. So, you know,
super cool. So I gotta ask then, how do you feel when you get that? Hey, thank you for your service. How does that come to you?
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I don't know. I don't think it's something that it's all. I guess it's just awkward to receive it. Um, I don't know how to respond. Still, I just like when somebody says thank you, I just respond with thank you as well.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
I
I
don't
mean
know.
that's relatable. Like I find it weird because I'm still in, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't really classify as a veteran,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, you got out, you did your thing.
Yeah,
And,
but
and
you're still continuing to serve. So it's. I think when somebody says thank you for your service doesn't mean because your service is over, you're still serving and continuing to serve.
that is a way to look at it. I guess I never really thought about it that way. I just kind of see my stuff as a job, but
Yeah.
I will say the ones I like to give that thanks to, like, hey, thank you for your service, is the guys that did get out. And
Mm-hmm.
then also all the older folks that you see running around and they got their veterans hat on and they say they were in Nam or something, different
Yeah.
operations. Those are the guys that I like to come up to. But it's always in the back of my mind as how do they feel about it too? Because back in the day, it was a lot worse than what we've done
Yeah.
nowadays. So I'm like, am I triggering something? I really hope I'm not. Um,
Yeah.
and I kind of hope to stay back from that. But
We were just talking about this the other day, actually. The whole thank you for your cervix. Somebody's like, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "That's for the people that demand the thank you for your service.
yeah,
Um, those guys get on my nerves. Um, so that's usually my typical response when somebody has that high and mighty, uh, thank me for my service complex.
that's kind of borderline with the dependas that
Yes,
be like, my husband is this or my wife is this. You need to
and they
thank me for
they
my
think that's
service.
yeah, they think that's their rank too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
They get
no, I'm
that
glad I'm
going.
having to deal with that.
Yeah, that's a different story. It's a different time, and I think it's a lot of internal jokes too with it. But like as a service member yourself who went through it, like you're able to still joke around. Do you stay in contact with any of the guys that you served with?
Occasionally, not really too much, but I think that's on me. I'm not good at keeping in contact with people, really. Um, Same thing with like people from high school. I don't know. I'm shit when it comes to that.
Hey, it is how it is, and I'm just curious if any of them ever knew like what your channel's become and if they've seen it.
I've had a couple. Um, and but only because you know they were getting into streaming too, and you know, um,
They want to
I
get
hate to
some
say it, but it was kind of like those typical people that want the support for them, but they don't want to.
reciprocate the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That
So
that is a fine line with content creators nowadays. I feel like, and there's just so many of them out there, and it's a very competitive field. And I was listening to a podcast just the other day, and it's like not everyone is cut out to be a content creator
yeah,
because you have to realize what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong and be able to correct those. And I think it was Tim the Tap Man that summed it up. It was like, three tips that I can give to anyone that wants to start it. Is one, you just need to be really good at a game. Two, you need to be the first on the scene to go public and go viral with it. Or three, you just got to be funny. People got to like you.
hmm
He's like, if you can meet any of those criterias, he's like, you essentially have the personality to be able to grow what you want to do. Um, so all those folks that do follow for follow and sub for sub, like, how
I
how
ag-
do how do you
I
see that stuff?
agree. I agree and I disagree though. I think there's a lot of people like in the Apex scene that I know are, I mean, cracked out of their minds, but they're not pulling views. Um, and I think the big thing too is when people go into content creation, they they expect to just stream and people are gonna come.
Yeah.
Um, and especially in oversaturated games like COD and Apex, when you have 3,000 channels streaming the same exact game, the chances of somebody stumbling upon you by chance is just slim to none. Um, you have to network. You have to. It's a grind. It's not just making the content. It's not just streaming for 8 hours, but you're also spending a lot of time hanging out, talking to people in Discord, getting people to know your name. You have to hop in other streams and spend time, so people say, "Oh, this person," and um, TikToks, uh, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels. You
Oh
have
yeah.
to, a lot of social media to bring people aware of your channel and to bring them in. You can't just stream for 6 hours a day and expect to grow. Even if you are cracked, I think there's still a lot more work outside of that.
Oh yeah. No, 100%
So
agree with that. Because if you're just wanting everyone to come to you, what are you really doing as a content creator, right? Like
yeah,
the idea of a content creator is to push entertaining content to your
hmm
viewers. Everyone has a crowd in mind that they want to target, and they want to go to them, right? So
yeah.
for your time being spent streaming, right? Where did you start off? Like what games did you start on, and what were some of the challenges that you initially faced?
Um, so I started off not knowing anything about anything. I didn't have a community to fall back on. So when I first started streaming, it took me like 6 months to get affiliated. Um, and I played mostly at the time Call of Duty and Rocket League and things like that. Um, and it took a while to grow and learn by myself what I needed to do to improve and get more people in.
Awesome time, says Mids. So 6 months, eight. You said Call of Duty and Rocket League. What
Yep.
what kind of steered you away from them?
Um, honestly, so I got in a relationship and she was big into Apex. And I tried Apex initially before, but I was like, man, this shit is way too complicated. We're talking picking up weapon attachments and all this other stuff. But then I stuck with it, and honestly, I liked Apex a lot better than COD. Um, trying to go back to COD, everything felt a lot slower. Um, just sluggish.
Oh,
And I
Rainbow,
think
thank you for the follow.
Apex is a lot more complicated. I think the skill cap is a lot higher for Apex.
Oh, 100%.
Because I think COD anybody can. You still have to be good to do good in COD, but for the most part, like especially Warzone, I could get 15 kills, and we're in the final zone, and I get killed by somebody who's camping in a corner, who one clips you, and you're their first kill of the game.
Yeah.
Um, in Apex, I've come across a couple of campers, but you know, it's tough to one clip somebody. There's still plenty of reaction time to turn around and with a higher skill base to turn that around on them and knock them. So, um, Apex I think is just more enjoyable than COD.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm the same way. I kind of broke off from COD probably a year ago. I played it off and on just with some friends that really enjoy it, but I feel they do the same thing over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Titanfall, I was always a big fan of Titanfall. So when Apex came out, I was like, man, this game's great. And then I started watching people like Cloaksy and stuff, and I was like, my goodness, how do you do some of the things that you do with the
Yeah.
movement and just the aim that they had? And I was like, these guys are insane. Um, and I think Apex is a great game and kind of using some of the resources. So when I'm evaluating, whoops, um, what game that I want to look at and play, I go to like Solly Gnome and I kind of just look at the Twitch charts too to see how they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I kind of consider myself as more of a variety right now. But for you, I noticed that you play a lot of DBD, so Dead by Daylight, right? Um,
Yep.
When did you initially get started with that game?
I started that one right at it was like the last week of December last year. Um, so I'm relatively new to DBD still. I'm still learning a lot about it.
Yeah, I mean, you seem pretty good with it in the way you play, and I'm like, man. And I don't know a lot about the ranking. I think I seen Crimson or something up on the top right for you. What
hmm
what is your ranking? How does that work?
So every month, the rank resets on the 13th of every month. And so basically, it goes from ash to bronze, silver, gold, and then iridescent.
Oh, you're dead.
And then each in those ones, they are 4-3-2-1. So ash 4-3-2-1, and then it goes to bronze 4-3-2-1. So Erie 1 is the highest. And basically, you just get what they call pips. Those little tick marks based on your performance in a game, based on whether you're doing killer or survivor. And there's rankings for killer and survivor.
Okay.
Um, so, based if you're doing survivor, it will grade you based on one part could be what is it? I think it's called Lightbringer. Um, if you work on any gens, if you don't work on any gens, you're gonna get nothing, no medal.
Oh,
But if you complete gens, you'll get a good marking on that one. There's another one with altruism. Um, you know, unhooking your teammates, healing them. Actually being a team player. Another one is evader. If you're getting chased, how well you can loop the killer. I think the longer you're in chase without getting hit, the higher your grade will be. Um, and I don't remember what the fourth one is, but overall, it'll determine your performance in the game. You could either go up in pips or you could lose pips too. So you could actually downgrade.
oh.
Um,
So even
and
if you
so,
lose the match, can you, like, as a survivor or a killer, right? If someone escapes, can you still gain those points to actually like be able to rank up? I guess.
oh, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
There's been games where I'll double pip. The most you can get is 2 pips per game, and the most you could lose is 1 pip, or you could just not get any pips at all. There's been games where I die, but I'll still double pip on a game because I worked on gens, I was on hooking people. Yeah, they killed me, but I was looping for a while. I flashlight stunned them, I pallet stunned them. So you could still do good even if you die.
Okay. So what is your favorite survivor and killer to play in the game?
Oof. For survivors, it'd have to be Kate or Fang. I just think they have the best skins. But Nick Cage is coming on the 25th, and I
Oh.
might have to main him because he's going to be the first survivor with the full on voice line. I mean, um, everything he does, he's got quips for. So if you flashlight stun the killer, he's got a quip of multiple quips that he can say. If you're working on a gen, he's got stuff to say if you find a hex. I mean, even on the killers too. Like there's one of them. If you're getting chased by Mikey,
Yeah.
he mocks the chase music that Mikey does.
Oh my goodness.
Um, and he's got the personality in there as Nick Cage himself. Like he's just this movie star, so he'll say things like, "My agent didn't sign me up for this," um, you know, we got to get the hell out of here, guys. And so I might have to become a Nick Cage main,
Oh, that sounds pretty
just for
cool.
that. Yeah. As far as killer, I don't know. I haven't played all of them yet. I'm still going through, but there's too many. There's too many. I don't think I will have a uh, killer main because I'll play a few games of Mikey, and then I'll play a few games of the Demogorgon. Um, a few with Deathslinger. I like to switch it up.
Yeah, I saw you playing the nurse the other day, and I was like, man, those
Oh,
skills are insane. Like being able to warp
sh-
through the map and
she is tough to play. Really tough to play because landing those blinks. I I was just learning her too. So sometimes I'm trying to blink on them, but I'll actually blink too far and I'll be behind a wall now
yeah,
in another room. So
yeah, you
she
made it
definitely
look
has a high
easy.
skill cap. Oh no, it was a lot of luck.
Because you did a nasty grab to where you just ran up and got the dude right before he slid over the pallet, and I think he was the
Oh
last
yes,
survivor.
yes.
Um,
I even surprised myself on that one. Um, I was in shock, and that was when we were going for the Adept too. So that's why I was extra pumped on that one.
Oh yeah. Senpai says, "Hey, that's my friend right there. I know that guy."
I love Senpai.
uh, Look at you, DJ, Mr. Popular. Hey, he's taking the time and giving me the honor to get a little interview with him, get to know him, and learn about how he's done his stuff. Right now we're just kind of discussing Dead by Daylight and his thoughts on the game. So, one thing I wanted to bring up with DBD is it's been around for a while, right?
Hmm.
Do you ever think that they're gonna make a second one or anything?
I don't think so. I don't see why they would, because I mean, if anything, they constantly adjust the game. Um, like Warzone 2, I think a lot of people got taken off with Warzone 2 because Warzone 1, they just needed to improve upon it. I think a lot of people were fine with Warzone 1. They just need to improve on it. But when they completely redid the whole thing and did Warzone 2.0, um, it's not the same. And I think people are happy with DBD in itself.
Yeah.
And and plus, I mean, a lot of people have invested a lot into time wise or money wise on skins and stuff into DBD one. If you were to start one brand new, you have two options. Is one is let everybody's skins and stuff transfer over, which then kind of defeats the purpose, or everybody would start from scratch. And I don't think a lot of people would be willing to do that.
Now,
So
now do you know if the is it crossplay? DBD.
yes,
Okay.
yep.
So does your progress transfer from console to PC? I've
Oh,
never
not
actually
cross
looked into that.
progression.
Okay, there is no
Mm-mm.
cross. Okay. Okay.
Yep, I started on PS5 and I got a little bit up there, and then I got my gaming PC and I had to start over.
Oh man, must have been a nice little grind to restart, getting things back up.
Yep.
Um, I will say though, like I've barely played the game. I played it a little bit on PlayStation, and then when I did jump on the other day, I came back and I was like, "Holy shit! I have a bunch of blood, like 300k." I was like, "Oh
Yep.
my goodness!" Like they just allow me to level people up, and I thought it was so intricate with the blood network. Like I was like, "What do I even click? Where do I even start?" And then I like got past level 10 on a character, and it like started blacking circles out, and I was like, "Oh no, what do I do?" Now I feel like I need to think about this and be like, I don't know what's good, I don't know what's bad. So what are some items that you would recommend to folks, like just basic all around, like, hey, target these if you see them pop up on your blood network?
First and foremost, I think you should target the perks because once you have it, you have it.
Okay.
Everything else is consumable. Um, but if you're new, I would say either medkits or toolboxes. Um, and once you get a little bit more into the game, then flashlights, as far as being a little bit more out there to save your teammates and things like that. Um, and anything to do with increasing your blood points.
Okay.
So like party streamers is a big one. Um, it gives you 100% blood point bonus as well as everybody else in the match as well. So
Is
when
that
we play,
is that
go ahead.
the little birthday cake?
No, the cake was only for the event.
Okay.
But it's essentially the same thing. This one looks like little streamers. That's in there permanently. It only grants 100%, but for the anniversary, for the 7th anniversary, they did a Terror Misu cake, which granted 107% bonus.
Okay.
Um, those items are usually better when you paired up with teammates, so that way, if you all run cake at the same time or party streamers, it just further multiplies how much blood points you get.
Okay.
So
So get out there, run those things, get your blood up, and start targeting the perks. And
yeah,
make sure you have that until you can get a bit more of a game sense, and then start going for the more aggressive tactics, picking up the flashlight and stopping the
yeah.
killer.
I think when I first started, I did mostly toolboxes, and I let my friends that I played with focus on actually running the killer and looping and everything like that, and I focused on working on gens, or healing people with the med kits, or myself if I did get away, I could heal myself with the med kit.
Oh yeah,
So
it's smart.
um,
Get the strategies going and coordinate with your team. I like it.
yeah,
Um, so being a DBD content creator, right? Because that's kind of where
mm,
I see you mostly at. You were on Sea of
yep,
Thieves the other day, but you still fall back on this game. You tell you
oh
love it.
yeah.
Do they have anything for content creators out there? Like Call of Duty has like the skins and whatnot that they can push people out.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to figure out like Tarkov, they have in-game streamer items. Does DBD ever partner with streamers for anything or any events?
Uh, so they do have the Fog Whisper program, but that's only available for Twitch partners.
Okay.
And then they have a thing that's for anybody, but you have to kind of get noticed by behavior. For if you're a survivor main, they call it a shirt my survivor. So it's a skin that you can put on any of your survivors, which is just a t-shirt with the Twitch logo on it.
Okay.
Or if you're killer main, it's called Charm My Killer, which you can get a Twitch logo to put on all your hooks for when you hook survivors. So
Pretty cool. So
yeah,
what do they do for the Twitch partners then on the fog events?
uh, that I don't know too well. I think they kind of give them some sneak peeks on stuff, stuff that they can share with the community. Sometimes codes that they can share, like for blood points.
Yeah.
Um, and then sometimes I think you have to agree to be able to fly to Canada sometimes for special events that they'll host with all the fog whisperers.
Okay. Is that where they're based out of? Canada?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, I think that'd be cool if they did introduce streamer items to the game to where even if it was just like a little charm or on something, you know,
Hmm.
like maybe on your killer the weapon had a charm or the survivors like they have the Twitch t-shirt, right? Now you can get like
Yep.
a streamer t-shirt. Like you could have your smiley face on there with your logo and a pickle. I think it'd be a good time. Um
What is it like when COD did their custom calling cards
yeah. Oh my
and
goodness. Oh
people was
man.
able to do all that?
Yeah, that was an insane thing. I don't know why they took that away. I get there was some craziness with it, but that was great.
Oh, there was some. I mean, there was some nasty calling cards.
Oh,
There was
100%.
also some really good like artwork. I remember there was a glitch back in the day where you could take people's calling
Tanya, thank
cards
you
that
for
they
the
made
follow.
and copy them. I remember used to do that with some of the really good ones. Like if you went to somebody's profile or something like that
Yeah.
on COD, even on console, you could do it. And I'd look at them and they'd have like 50 layers worth of stuff in order to make that crazy artwork that they did.
Oh yeah, they'd be
Um,
have one little object in the corner would just be layered upon layered,
yeah.
and it's insane at what they could do and take that time to create that artwork.
Oh yeah.
Um, so going forward with DBD, do you find yourself like using that game for your grind to partner, or do you think you're gonna ever branch off to something else? Or
I think for the most part, probably. I think my community has grown a lot in
welcome
the
back, Toka.
7 months that I've been streaming DBD more than I has playing 2 years of Apex. I think the community is a lot more supportive um, and uh, closer knit. I mean, we just met somebody the other day that knew somebody else and who knew somebody else, and actually just this morning too, I was playing with somebody. I was like, "Hey, you know so and so?" They're like, "Yeah." Um, so it's a pretty amazing community. I still want to play other games as well, though. Um, I don't want to stick to just DBD, but I think mainly it will be DBD, and because I like other games too, like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Um, I do like first-person shooters. Sea of Thieves is really fun. Um, so I want to say I'd probably be like 75% DBD and 25% other games.
Yeah, branch it off. So, do you do anything with your community? Do you have any community nights that you like to do?
Yes, we haven't done it in a while because my gaming rig kind of took a doo doo on me and I had to get it sent in. But I do want to bring those back. We used to host a poll, and every other Friday night, the community would vote what they wanted to play, whether it was Among Us, Fall Guys, Jackbox. We've done a Mario Kart. Um, whatever they want to play, I'm down.
Heck yeah, that's cool. That's awesome that you found a game that has a good, tight community that you can easily be like, oh, I know this guy knows this guy, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of games out there. It is harder unless you are up in the top of the charts. With Call of Duty is such a big game, and we talked about
Hmm.
that a bit. Yeah, that's awesome. DVD I think is a great game, um, and I think it has a lot going for it. It's a reason it stayed on top of the charts on Twitch. and it continues to sit there no matter the hour, because
Mm-hmm.
everywhere across the world people are enjoying the game.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so, are there any new games that you are actually looking forward to coming out though here soon?
Oof.
I know there.
Honestly, I don't know. I was looking forward to Final Fantasy 16. Right now I'm just looking forward to Nick Cage.
Yeah, Nick Cage got you.
Oh yeah.
Toga asked, "What animal's in the back?"
My corn snake, Persephone.
Corn snake. Ooh,
Yeah,
Persephone.
she's a pink and albino corn snake.
Do you ever pull her out on stream?
Yeah, I
Handle
could
your
pull her
snake on
out if
stream.
you'd want to see her.
Yeah, handle your snake on stream.
I pulled her out a few times. I don't handle her too much while
You
we're
the
streaming,
animal,
but
but
yeah,
you.
people love to say hi to her and everything like that. She's a little cutie pie.
Awesome. That's cool. Now, is that one of the channel redemptions that you have? Because I know you have a ton. You got a couple to whip your hair back and brush your hair, and you got a
Yep.
couple intense stares going on, and all the beautiful music and cinematics.
Yeah, no, not really. Just because I don't know, I feel kind of weird about like using her as a thing. Like, also depends if whether or not she's about to shed. Like if she had just eaten things like that.
Yeah.
So, kind of depends on the day if I'll bring her out. So,
Okay. Um, Kind of pressing forward here, getting back on topic of what the few questions I do have. So you said you seen the most initial growth when you came to DBD.
hmm
Where were you sitting at? Because I think now you're at about what 7.3, 7.4. Last I checked. For your followers. Where were you at when you were at Apex?
uh, I'd want to say, oh God, I don't even know.
If
I don't know.
I can rephrase it here. Let's when what? How do I want to say this? um, what was the
I will. S-
thing that happened in your time as a content creator that kind of pushed you to just over the edge and like you started to see that growth? Like what change did you make that is when you started to see that?
I honestly, I think it was just simply the game.
Okay.
I think once I started to network with other DVD content creators, is when I saw a lot more growth. Um, every time I stream, I can get anywhere from 10 to 30 new followers per day.
Oh yeah.
Um, just because, I think another thing too is not even just networking with other content creators, but just playing the game. Even as killer, I can kill the whole team, but then they see my name, it's got TTB in it, and they hop in and hang out and say GG's. Um, so you don't get that in Apex. You don't get wrecked by somebody in Apex and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to this stream."
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen. But in DBD, um, it happens a lot. I've met a lot of people that comes in because we went against each other. Whether it's I'm the survivor and they're the killer, or I'm the killer and they're the survivor.
So a
So
lot nicer community. What are some of the negative things that you've seen as you've been growing and streaming and content creating? Has there been any negatives that have taken
in
place?
in DBD or just
Just
streaming in general?
streaming in general.
Um, I think there's a lot of selfish people out there. Absolutely, like we had talked about before. Um, I had a guy that I had served with a few months ago reach out and, oh, you stream? I didn't know you stream. I'm looking at streaming myself. I said, oh, okay. And I think they only had about 3 followers. I said, hey, if you want to grow, you want advice, let me know. I've been doing it for a few years. If you want to join the Discord, network with people, and I kind of gave him a whole spiel and just radio silence. And then weeks later they'll send me a message on Facebook, hey, I'm gonna go stream on this. And you know it's again, it's there's a lot of people that want support and growth thrown their way, but they don't want to put the time and energy into doing what needs to be done in order to grow.
Yeah, and that is tough for some folks. And I know one thing that talked to some other folks about is that they've seen is guys will come in and just lurk and immediately mute the tab. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so X Millie, he's one of the guys that I like to watch. He was actually talking about this, and he was like, "It's crazy because you'll ask them a question and they already got the tab muted,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not really there for you. They're just kind of there for themselves to try to hope that they get something from you." And that is kind of a rough spot to be in. And it's like you're not really helping yourself if you're not truly networking or you're not taking that time to create your content. If you're just talking to someone bigger than you and or around the same size and being like, "Hi, I'm here." But some people see it differently. So like Sideburns, the last guy I interviewed, he's okay if guys make alt accounts and come in his account and watch
Mm-hmm.
him on him, whatever, and he doesn't care if people coming in like that. So do you
I
ever?
think I'm mixed between that. Like, I think lurks are a good thing. I don't think they should be perceived as a negative thing because there could be multiple reasons why um, somebody's not um, able to talk.
Yeah,
Um, for example, if let's say they're a mod in another stream, and they want to do their mod duties, but then they see you start a stream up, but they still want to support you.
yeah,
So I don't think lurks in himself are always selfish. Um, so even when I'm streaming, um, I'll have anywhere from 5 to 10 tabs up for other people that I support, throw an alert for them. And I can't necessarily chat because I'm taking care of my business,
yep,
but there's still people that, because your views do help you. They do bring you up a little bit, and when you hit a certain threshold, Twitch could recommend you. Um, and so I think it's still good support, whether, not everybody can spend the entire 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours that you're streaming and chat with you. Sometimes before I go to bed, I'll refresh all my tabs and all my lurks. Oh, this person's streaming now. Open up a few more tabs, um, and then I go lay down.
yeah. No, I like that the way you're looking at that. It's a very positive mindset with it, and I think lurks are great too because anyone that comes into my stuff, I'm telling them like, hey, when they're lurking, that one number right there could be the
Mm-hmm.
difference between me being 5 rows down or being in the second row.
Yeah.
So depending on the game you're playing, that number just boosts you up to the top. Because a lot of folks, depending on how many streams there are for that game, they're not going to scroll all the way to the bottom unless they know.
Yeah.
Um, so the higher you up on the charts, I think lurks are a great thing. It is a fine line. Are
Mm-hmm.
are they ever active in your community? Or are they just opening you up and never saying anything and
Super
whatnot?
Mario Maker.
Yeah.
But no,
I know there's one. There's quite a few people, but I know there's some that, for the most part, they just lurk because they support, but they got busy lives.
yeah, no,
Um,
that's fair.
so I think as long as I think there's a difference between somebody who's a supporter and mostly lurk. 'Cause some people also, they don't feel comfortable chatting.
Yes, yes,
They just want to watch. They want to sit back, and even if they're not answering the questions, they could still be there.
yeah.
Um, some people just, they kind of want to vibe out, and while they're doing their own things, or there's people that they have it playing in the background while they're working or they're getting their own games in.
100%.
So some people are just shy too.
Yeah.
So
Guys will have them pulled up on their phone at work and have a headphone in listening without not being able to talk, right? Or
yeah.
maybe they're playing their own game and trying not to die and they're just like wanting to watch you. So
Hmm.
I think that's an awesome look at it. So being a content creator, I kind of poked around and I saw you're pretty active on TikTok, YouTube, pretty much everywhere. You just recently started up your Kick.
Yep.
So what do you want to do with it? Are you just kind of testing out the platform? Um,
Um, I'm basically, yeah.
yeah, you do,
I
Token. I
think I
appreciate it.
might
Thank
go
you.
around 50-50 up between Twitch and Kick. I still want to push that Twitch partner grind. But Kick is very how do I say it? A lot more appealing than Twitch.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, there have definitely been some controversies lately. Um, especially with some of the changes they've made. And I know folks go back and forth with it. I mean, Kick, the whole reason it was made was because of the things that had happened to prior streamers, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I think it's a great opportunity, and I think, being where you're at and whatnot, guys that are trying to grow, you should be able to test out every platform. So I solely stream on Twitch. I'm never gonna stream on Kick just because I don't want to manage all that. I'm already managing a bunch of stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I still support folks that are over there, because there have been folks that gone over there and grow, and they get
Mm-hmm.
that growth that they weren't getting on Twitch.
Yeah,
Um,
I think the discoverability on Kick's a lot higher right now.
oh yeah, definitely.
Um, but we had. I was gonna do. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. Especially if you're gonna make something this, a career.
Yeah,
Um, but then we had something recently with Twitch, which just kind of makes me feel really shady about it in itself too.
yeah.
So when people talk about the controversies with Kick, um, I guess I don't know how much detail you want with the Twitch deal that we
Oh, it's fine.
had to deal with.
You can talk about it.
So one of my best friends a couple of months ago had her affiliate celebration. She had just got affiliate, um, and so I dropped a 50 bomb of gifted subs on her channel, um, and then they had a whole hype train and everything like that. I gifted another 50 subs, um, and it was weird because the subs in the chat went through, my card was charged and everything like that, but the leaderboard wasn't updated.
Yeah,
It still said I only did like 60 when it should have been like 110.
yeah,
um but I was like, oh, no big deal. I checked my card, both the transactions went through. um in the chat, the people received the gifted subs, no harm no foul. And leaderboard's just leaderboard. But then 2 months later, I got an email from Twitch saying that there was a technical error with their system. I put it up on Twitter too, the exact screenshot of what they said.
yeah,
Um, there was a technical error with it, but it wasn't processed properly. So we gave you a refund. And then at the bottom it said, but don't worry, the the streamer that you gifted them to is still going to receive the financial support you intended. So okay, so that's win-win. I got
yeah.
a refund on my money,
Free money.
for whatever error that they have, but she also still got the revenue that was intended for her. And I told her about it. And then she checked her analytics, and they actually put her with negative revenue.
Oh,
So they told me that she was getting it anyways. But then when she checked her stuff, they were trying to take it back from her because it's 2 months later. So they've already paid her out for it all.
yeah,
So then she had to email Twitch support, and um, they kind of played dumb with her, and she played dumb back. Oh, could you tell me like what happened with it, or who got a refund? And they were like, oh, privacy concerns, we can't tell you. She goes, well, the person that got the refund told me, talked to me, and showed me the email. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, her revenue went back into positive balance.
yeah. That's
Um,
kind of sketchy.
and I think that's pretty shady. And so, like, 50 gifted subs is a lot of money, and it's hard to miss that. But at the same time, it makes me think, what about the other smaller content creators who are losing out on just one gifted sub,
Yeah,
two gifted, or a five gifted, and they don't notice those smaller charges taken out of their analytics, you know. Um,
yeah. That's something I'm gonna
how
have to
how
start scrubbing every day. And
yes, how much, and so when I had talked about it on stream, a few people had reached out actually to me during that stream. Somebody said that one of their friends was over negative 1,000 on their revenue.
oh my,
Um, and then another person had 113 subs one day, and the next day they only had 13 subs, so they lost 100 subs somehow. Um, and then a few days later, somebody else reached out to me and said one of their supporters, all their gifted subs, just technical errors got refunded. And so I'm kind of wondering how often this happens. And it's a little sketchy to me.
Yeah, that is something that I never even thought to look at to see. I've never paid that close attention to the revenue stuff. Um, and that is kind of shady with how they handled that.
Yeah, because the big thing is that the fact that they told me she was going to get the money anyways, but then when she looked, she didn't, and she only got it back because she had reached out. Had she had not reached out, and had I not said anything to her, would she have noticed that she was in the negative?
Yeah,
You know, um, because there are a lot of people too that may not notice how the revenue split works. Of is it, because Twitch payouts are on the 15th, and there's some people that still think it's from the 15th to the 15th,
hi Sheldon. Yeah, no,
and
that's
so
definitely like weird because I've looked at mine a little bit and it's still showing like I think it was May or June as of the other day, the last time it paid out, and I'm like,
mm,
when is this actually going to update? When is this going to like show me what my next one's going to be? Um, that makes me kind of worry about how their systems actually put together and just what all have people
so
been missing.
the way it's supposed to work is from the first of the month till the end of the month, and then you get paid out on the 15th of that following.
Okay.
So whenever you check your analytics, whenever you go to your analytics, it'll automatically do the last 30 days. But if you want as far as to estimate what your payouts are going to be, like let's say you want a July 15th Twitch payout,
Yeah.
you want to go on your analytics and then you go from June 1st to June 30th.
Okay.
And then that's what you're going to get paid out on July 15th.
So they pay you for that
So,
time and whatever you received in that time, and you get it on the fifth next month.
yep. So if you get anything before or after that, so, if you get something on July 1st, don't count on that for what you're going to receive on the 15th.
Right. That's
So,
fair. Oh, chicken nugget. Thank you. Got a posture check. They gotta correct my back. I got a bad back. Got arthritis growing in it already.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my spine's crooked.
Oh man. Are you gonna get any surgery for that, or is it just gonna be
No,
that
it
way?
doesn't affect me, but yeah, I've got a little bit of a slight curve in my spine from service.
Yeah. It's service, but it's 10 years on everybody. I feel like.
Oh yeah, minimum.
Oh yeah. So besides everything that you kind of seen on Twitch and that stuff can be pretty sketchy. How do you feel about the different streaming platforms out there? So like there are YouTube, Kick, Twitch, and I think there was one other somebody brought up the other day. Can't remember the name. But do you think here in the next 3 to 5 years there's going to be a big shift on who is the top dog um, with all that stuff?
Um, I think if Kick keeps going the way they're going, I think they probably will be.
Okay.
Um, I think there's a lot of misinformation, and I don't think Twitch is really helping themselves either. With Kick comes out promoting to be a big competitor,
Yeah.
and then in Twitch, instead of trying to fight back, they kind of made things worse with their whole branding policy and
Yeah.
everything like that. And everyone's like, hold up. When a competitor says, hey, we got this, and this, you don't say, oh, yeah, well, we got less of this now. That's not
Yeah,
that's
and
not
they
how
like immediately
competing
redacted that
works.
tweet or that
Oh, yeah.
Twitter tweet. God damn, I can't talk.
Yep.
Yeah, they immediately 24 hours later apologized and said this is not what we intend to do, and completely
Yep.
took that statement away.
It just they were given more ammo for Kick, and there's a lot of people are questioning whether Kick will be sustainable with the 95-5 split. Um, and I think they would be, but let's say hypothetically they weren't and they needed to take a bigger cut.
Yeah,
Let's say that they either went down to a 90-10 or even an 80-20 um, to offset the costs. I think it's still a lot more lucrative for everybody than a 50-50 with Twitch. So I don't think they'll ever go down to 50-50 like Twitch, especially as much crap they give them on Twitter about it. But hypothetically, if they even went to an 80-20, I think that still would be good for a lot of people. Because the way I look at it too, it's not just the split which is appealing, but I think it's also appealing for strictly viewers as well. That half my money isn't going to Amazon.
Yeah.
It's going to the creator itself that I'm trying to support, you know. Because if you're trying to support a small business, which I think a content creator is essentially, it's a small business, you don't want half your support money going to the IRS. You want the vast majority of it going to the small business. You know,
Yeah.
if somebody opened up their own you know, yogurt shop, and you went to go pay $8 for a thing of yogurt, and they were like, yeah, but $4 of it goes to the IRS, you'd be like, what? No, I want, you know, at least like seven something to go to you. The vast majority of it to go to you. You're the small business I'm trying to support.
Yeah. No,
Um,
that is fair. It
so
is a small business. You are right.
yeah, so I think that's where a lot of people. I think the whole gambling thing. I think that'll in time pass. Because I think more people are still slowly going over and over there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, they've been doing a couple pools with some bigger streamers, and I've noticed a lot of the contracts that they're paying them are they're not doing to where like, hey, you can only make content on Kick. They're still giving them that freedom to go back and forth and say, hey, you can go back and forth. We just want you to come over here and start doing. And
yeah,
I think that's a great play for them because it shows, hey, we're gonna give you guys freedom to do what you want.
yeah,
And I know in the TOS for Twitch, they state you can't multi-stream into like-minded or like companies, competitive companies, so Kick and
mm,
YouTube, but they still allow you to do mobile platforms. So folks can
yeah,
still stream to Twitch and TikTok at the same time or Instagram Reels. So I think that's something that Twitch may need to think about and be like, hey, with how much they're allowing them to be free, should we think about doing this too? Um, because Kick is doing great things and they have been going up.
yeah. I
Okay.
think that's the biggest thing is that, you know, Kick says is, but they're more focused on the content creators more than, uh, you know, the dollar amount. And I think Twitch is
Yeah.
more focused on the
Thank you
dollar
for the alert,
amount, so that
Toga.
they're kind of
Much
losing
love, man.
focus on the content creators, which make that platform.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. And you're going over there, so you said you'll probably make a little bit of a shift going back and forth. Um,
Yeah, that's the plan is to do probably 3 days a week on Twitch, 2 days a week on Kick, and kind of just not put all my eggs in one basket. I think I want to grow on both platforms, and you know, I also don't want to give up my Twitch community because there's still people that haven't transferred over.
yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with going on both, and both channels are supported on both platforms as well, or not supported, promoted. Um, you know, so even on my Kick, it promotes my Twitch and vice versa.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it's a good way to, you know, and there's people that I've met on Kick too that will follow on my Twitch. So
Okay. Did you ever consider going to YouTube to do your live streams or anything?
I don't think I'm eligible to do that yet. Um, I do. The only thing we've done really on YouTube is posting all the reels. Um, you know, or what do they call it? Shorts,
Yeah,
YouTube
the
shorts.
shorts.
Um, so we've pretty much just been doing that. I don't know about streaming on YouTube.
Yeah. Now, do you do your own videos, or do you have an editor or a graphic designer for your stuff?
I do have an editor. She does a lot of the shorts and all that stuff. Um, but I will have to start stepping it up because she's been doing good things with a lot of other content creators.
Yeah.
And she recently just got into an org. Um, and so she's doing some for some NFL players.
Oh wow.
One of them is a rapper. Um, so, and I told her, I said, you do what you got to do to grow your business and, you know, what's best for you, you know. So, um, I got to step up myself and get
Yeah.
better. I know there's a lot of areas that I do need to improve on. Man, procrastination is real sometimes.
No, it hits and
So,
it is a grind. So you just got to pick yourself back up and keep going.
yeah.
So, what are some things that you do see happening to your channel or you want to happen in like the next 3 to 5 years?
Um, I would just like for it to be grow a lot more, so we can kind of spread that positive influence. Especially this year when I came back to streaming, I've got a lot of people message me a lot about just how I've helped them out
Yeah.
in their lives, and to me that just it breaks my heart, but also at the same time it makes me so happy knowing that um, I can make people smile,
Yeah.
and I want to be able to do that to more people. Um, and so, you know, I'm not too worried. Like I want to push for partner on Twitch, um, but in all reality, now it really doesn't mean too much. I mean, it's kind of a great, you know,
I
badge to show off. Um, but they got rid of the revenue split on that as well.
yeah.
Um, but as long as the community continues to grow and we can just spread that positive influence, then um, you know that's all that matters. If this growth keeps going the way it is, then I'm happy. So,
Just staying on track, get your stuff grown up, and
hmm
be that guy that folks can say, "Hey, you made me smile today," or "I just had a kid and I'm here watching you now."
you know,
I've seen that happen. Um, so kind of focusing on all this stuff. Besides Kick and Twitch itself, where else do you like to post? So you have YouTube and TikTok, but out of those, like, you favor one more than the other, or do you kind of share the content between?
kind of share the content between them. Like I said, I kind of slack on some of it. Some of the YouTube shorts that she'll send me, and I don't post them on the TikTok, and then vice versa. There's some TikToks that I've not posted on the YouTube Shorts because each algorithm is so different. It's really weird, and like I know even on like TikTok too, I've seen people where they'll post something and it doesn't get that response. So what they'll do is they'll post it again later that day, the same exact video, and it'll get a different. It's all about when you post it,
Yeah,
what the labels you post it under, um, even just the time of day. Simply the time of day could make a huge factor of when other people are posting brand new content and what gets shown up on there.
yeah,
And the same thing with YouTube, their algorithm's a little bit different too. Because my friend was telling me too that one of the NFL players that she posts for now, um, because some of the videos before was football stuff, and he wants to focus more on gaming content on his YouTube channel.
yeah,
Um, there's a lot of people that were seeing the reels that weren't interested in it because his posts before was hitting football algorithms for them, and they weren't interested in GTA RP.
yeah. Kind of
Um,
shifted his algorithm for his channel.
yeah, so there's kind of like this not long lasting, but there's a while effect of what content you post is what people are going to see. So when you kind of have to be consistent of, especially YouTube, of what you're posting. You have to do it every day, but also what content you're posting. Because if you have something that goes viral again for football, but you start posting up, stuff about pets, the audience that it's hitting is not going to have that effect, and it could have a negative effect on your channel too.
Yeah, because it could pull you out. The way I've seen it is like there's a circle with like three rings, and you got that real close audience, the guys that are broad terms, and then this is just pretty much everyone else. So if you're already in that middle ring and you post something else, it's going to throw you out of that ring and put you off to the side. And it can have that negative effect, like you said.
Yeah, so I think with the YouTube, we're gonna focus more on Dead by Daylight with that algorithm. But I do want to do with the TikTok because I used to have another TikTok account. I deleted it. Um, but I made a few videos before. One of them actually did go viral. Um, but I think a lot more not safe for work, not necessarily like X-rated stuff, but
Yeah,
just the type of humor. Um, Now that I'm no longer in law enforcement, I can post the kind of funny TikTok content that I want to post
Yeah.
without any limits of it negatively affecting my work. I think that's kind of what it's kind of what I want to do more on my TikTok, and then the YouTube more on the um, DVD content.
Okay. Kind of spread the wealth there and get your name out.
Yeah.
That's a good way to think about it. So you've been doing this for a few years. If there were three pieces of advice or any advice that you would give yourself or newer content creators, what would that be? Like, what would you want to know that you wish you knew at the start?
Um, the first one is network, network, network. That goes back to what we were saying earlier. Is you can't just stream for 12 hours a day and expect to just grow and all of a sudden have 10,000 followers. Um, I think the second thing is you have to be as positive as you can, um, no matter what game you're playing, um, and also no matter how many people's in there, whether it's only two people or 100 people, you know. Um, and I think the next one is, let's say you only have two people in there, just keep talking,
Yeah.
keep talking. Um, I think the best thing too is for people that are coming in and checking out a game, um, just talk out loud what your thoughts are, what you're doing. Um, you know, oh, I bet they're gonna go do this, and then if it happens, bam, explain. All right, I bet they're over here. I'm gonna go. Let me kick this gen real quick, and then I'll refill my blades at the locker, and then I'll go after them. Because there's a lot of people too where I've seen where it's they're not engaging in anything, and I think that's a big turnoff for me as well as a lot of other people. Um, keep an eye on your chat. I think that's one of the biggest things too. Is we rated somebody one time and they didn't notice for about 15 minutes.
Oh man.
And or there's people where I've just hopped in to say hi in the chat, and now there I think there's a difference between when you're in the middle of like intense gameplay, like let's say you're playing Apex, you're in the middle of a gunfight, absolutely focus on the gunfight when you get a chance. But there was another streamer too where I hopped in the middle of a game, I'm saying hey, and then game's over, they're sitting in the lobby, they're talking with their friends, they're loading up another game, and it's not like there was 20 people chatting, because there's a difference between if there's a lot of chats going on and they miss it, but
Yeah.
I was still the last person to say something in chat. you know
And they just didn't
you're in the
respond.
next game, that's when I'm like, all right, see you later.
Yeah.
Um because there are people that are really cracked, but they're not, like on Apex and COD and stuff, but they're not streamer material.
Yeah.
There is a difference. There are pro players, but they're not streamers. Those are two completely different things that I think people get mixed up. Is if they're a pro, then they can be a streamer. Um, but I think streaming side is more of the entertainment side.
100%.
Um,
Agreed.
just because we keep talking about football, just because you're a pro NFL player, doesn't mean that you're an entertainer. You
Yeah.
know. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think that's if people want to stream, the biggest thing you got to focus on chat is because chat is what makes a stream.
Get people engaged. Talk to them about their day. Anytime someone comes in, and just be like, and if they have a question, respond to it.
Absolutely.
Because if you just ignore someone, they're gonna feel like you don't care, and they're gonna
Yep.
leave. So
Yep.
I think that is some good advice there. The networking, that I know that is hard for some folks, but it is a big piece of it too. So yeah.
If you want to grow, anyways,
Yeah.
that's what you have to do is network. You know, Another thing is I have seen people like groups of friends that are all streamers, um, and they raid each other back and forth constantly when they're in their streams, which is great. Um, but I think it limits your growth as well. If you raid the same person every single day, you're just hitting that same target audience.
Yep.
Um, so when I do mine, I like to raid supporters that support me, um, but I also like to spread that love to brand new people I've never met before. Um, So one of my mods, usually when I'm about a half hour from ending stream, she will go into brand new streams, check them out for a few minutes, see if they're a good vibe, and she'll DM me, hey, this person's actually really funny here. We should raid them, and then that's who I raid. You know,
Yeah,
I think you got to raid new people in order to grow.
that's very smart. And getting on a team, I think, helps with that as well. So I know
Hmm.
you're on two teams, correct?
Yes.
So you got regiment, and that's the veteran active duty military, big organization.
Yep.
And then oh god, what was the name of the other
The sled team.
lead team? So how did you get involved with that one?
It's just a community that I'm a part of. Huskin Raider is an amazing guy, and he's he's been wanting to have his own Twitch stream team for a while. So there was a friend of his who's a partner that really didn't want to deal with the stream team.
Yeah.
And because stream teams are kind of tough to manage. You put somebody on a team, and if that member negatively affects the does something that negatively affects the team, it kind of looks bad. And they didn't want it to deal with any of that stuff, so they actually gave Huskin the honors to manage and own the stream team.
Okay.
Um, and so yeah, I got asked to be a part of the stream team, and it's a couple of great people on there, a lot of great streamers, a lot of great content creators. They like to do a lot of good stuff, so I'm
Cool.
happy to be a part of them too.
Yeah, I know that's something that I always tell folks is even if it's just a generic team that invites everyone, like be a part of it because
Hmm.
it's your foot in the door to hey, I don't really know who to look at. Like maybe you're not that good at, or you're
Yeah,
you're you're by yourself and you may not have a mod to go out and look at other streams while you're trying to figure out who to raid. But you can click on your team, be like who's live, click on them real quick, and then be like boom,
yeah.
easy to go.
Yep,
Uh,
I've had a lot of people come in through like regiment too, saying just trying to support all the regiment brothers and sisters, and they come in and drop a follow and hang out, and um, so stream teams are nice. And like you said too, you go to the channel and you can find out everybody that's on that team, and if they're live or not. So.
yeah, okay. So going back, I gotta ask the question:
Hmm.
what is up with the pickle? How did that get started?
Um, man, that got started years ago. Um, I don't know. My chat's always been kind of pervy for years. Um, I think it started off like flexing for biddies, um, and then there was the wink cam, things like that, and it started off as a running joke. Um, and somebody had mentioned, "Why don't you just eat a pickle for him?" And for one of my friends, and I was like, I will. And it just kind of slowly evolved into what it is. Um, so yeah, it's more of a the comedic value. Some people don't
Okay.
see it for the comedic value; they see it for other values. But yeah,
Yeah, I have seen it now so many times, and I laugh at it every time. I love it. My girlfriend has come in the room, and she is like, "What is going on? What are you watching?" She's like, "Are you okay?"
one time, a friend of mine, we were partied up together, and I forgot to mute myself on Discord, and I stood up and I was dancing and I was eating a banana, and I didn't mute myself or deafen myself, and I heard him, and he goes, "Man, if my wife walks in here right now," and I just busted out laughing, and I didn't realize that he could just hear me because sometimes I get
Oh
into it, and
man,
nobody else can hear me because we have the music playing and everything like
yeah.
that. But when you're acting things out, you do it. So I'm just sitting there like, getting into it,
Yeah.
and I didn't realize everybody in Discord could hear me because I wasn't muted. So they just hear me just slopping away, just
All over the pickles.
yeah,
Oh, that's good. Oh, so you got the pickles going for you. Oh, what did
yeah,
Yo Mig said? All you hear is huffing and puffing with no music. LOL.
yeah.
Yeah, this is what they
Mm.
heard. Oh, that's a good one. So the pickles are now a thing. You get a little bit of a pervy community, which is great. I think
Yeah.
always being able to joke about that stuff is good,
Yeah.
and it makes great entertainment. You also have one hell of a setup. So all of those pops that you that got in the back, um,
Hmm.
how did you get into that? Did you jump on that trend when it first came out, or is this something new? Or
No, not initially when it first came out. Honestly, don't even remember how I got into it. Um, but it's a collection that's kind of grown over the past, I don't know, several years.
yeah,
Um, oh no, it started with the Walking Dead Funkos, I think.
okay,
Um, and then I found out, some Dragon Ball Z ones, and then some Marvel ones, and then just I don't know, over the years I kind of get I used to get one like once every month,
oh yeah,
one or two every month, or every time we went to the store, I'd be like, oh, look at this one, look at this one. Um, but actually I haven't gotten any new ones in a while. I'm kind of running out of space where to put them.
yeah. It looks like the shelf's getting pretty full. What is your
Yeah.
rarest Funko that you got?
That changes. Um,
Because I know they can go
Probably.
for hundreds, if not thousands, depending on what they are, and people look for the deformalities in them too. And folks are like, "Oh, this one's worth more because it, didn't have this color scheme or something."
Yep, I can actually look here. Um, Now I have not added my recent Funkos in quite a while, so I guess I couldn't tell you as far as probably the last year or two that I've gotten ones. But they have a thing called the Pop Price Guide,
Yeah.
and you can input everything that you have, and it will tell you the market value for them. So what I do have registered, because yeah, I only have 78 listed on here, on my collection online, but I think my kiddos counted them, and I probably have closer to maybe like 140 total.
Oof.
Um, so the most valuable one that I do have registered is my glow in the dark Karama, which would be this one here.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
this one sells for $310.
Oh wow, that is cool though. He's even in the Kurama mode.
Yeah.
Somebody needs an intervention, says Tanya.
No, but see, I don't buy them now, really. I haven't really bought much. The next one is the Spider-Man Homecoming limited edition one that came with the Blu-rays. Um, and it's the one where he's hanging upside down. That one sells for $145.
Oh man, that is cool.
And and then the number three one is actually one that's been outboxed. I gave it to my son, and he has it sitting on his bed, which is the DeLorean from Back to the Future. That one's $130.
That's pretty cool. So you got a wide collection of it all, like from the Marvel to the anime and everything. Got a lot of Dragon Ball Z ones up there too. I can
Yeah,
see
those are the
Majin Buu.
primary. I
So,
think the primaries are Dragon Ball Z, Marvel, and then just a couple of like random knickknacks here and there. Like I've got a 10-inch Dino Ultrazord from Power Rangers.
oh, that's cool.
Um, you know, but for the most part, yeah, it's Marvel and anime.
So how did you come up with your name then? Just Super Saiyan. So obviously it's something to do with Dragon Ball Z, and I've seen you in your chat and Discord. You guys do little Dragon Ball Z watch togethers.
Yeah.
Um, so what made you want to go with that name?
So initially when I first started streaming, um, initially my Twitch name was Get Out of Me, which is just a funny thing.
Yeah.
Um, and because that was my PlayStation username for like a decade. Um, and then I changed it to Riot Control, because I played a lot of COD, and I used a lot of Riot Shields. Because when I did play COD before Warzone, I played a lot of Hardcore Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my main game. And people absolutely fucking hated the Riot Shields, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Um, but I didn't want to be, even then, I didn't want to be considered strictly a Call of Duty streamer. Um, so I started thinking of different stuff that was more about me rather than the game I played. Um, and I'm a huge anime nerd, and even back in high school, it was I'm just Super Saiyan was kind of like like a funny play on words that we used to say with me and my buddies. Um, Whenever we were talking about something, instead of, dude, I'm just saying, man, you should tell her what's up, we just to stress it, I'm just super saying, man, you need to
Yeah.
tell her what's up. And so I thought that was just the best fitting part to describe me, um, than, like riot control or anything
Yeah.
like that. So, yeah.
Give you a little bit more to the brand and be able to do what you want to do with it. And it's a
Yeah.
great fit. It's a great
And
fit.
it
It goes
doesn't
with it.
limit me to a game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Cool. So, being an anime nerd, have you seen the newest episode of Jujutsu Kaisen? Because I see the poster in the back.
I have not. I think here's my thing. I don't have the patience to be waiting week by week for
Uh,
shows. Um and so what I typically like to do is I like to wait for the season to be over and then just binge watch it all the way through. Because if I watched every show on a weekly basis as the episodes came out, I won't have time to do anything.
uh,
But if I can wait for a whole season to be done and then just dedicate a day afterwards to just binge watch it all the way through, so I don't have to be impatient, especially for some of these cliffhangers, then
oh yeah,
to me
like
that's just
Attack on
easy.
Titan. That
Oh,
show has been in its final season for what, like 2, 3 seasons now?
yeah,
It's
for
just,
like 3, 4 years now.
yeah.
And so yeah, season 4, part 4. I thought they were supposed to be done after uh part 2, and I watched I think up to part 2. So I said I'm just gonna wait until they actually say that it's done and it's announced, and then I will rewatch season 4, part 1, all the way to whatever part they decide to end it on. Um, yeah. Mm-mm.
Awesome.
And then some of these shows too, where they get canceled too early. Um, I just I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to wait till it's done.
Oh yeah,
So,
like Black Clover ran into that issue to where they caught
oh,
up to the manga, and now it's just we're gonna be waiting for a while. And then God of High School or something like that.
mm-hmm.
Like that anime was great, I thought, but there's no talk about them coming out with a new season, even though it did really well.
Hunter
Um,
x Hunter.
oh, Hunter x Hunter, yeah, that's another one. So if you didn't know, they are coming out with a newer season of that.
Are they really?
Yes, so it's gonna follow Kurapika.
Oh,
It is not going to follow Gon and Killua, but it will follow Kurapika. So they will be working on that. Talked about it. The writer came back and started posting about it on
no, they just need to finish what they started. I
Twitter.
feel like
100%.
that's a gimmick to just keep people engaged about it. Just come on, do what you do what everybody wants. Just finish it.
Yeah, they left it on such a cliffhanger with him and his dad at the end.
I think they were talking too. I read something that One Piece is finally getting. See, everybody keeps telling me about watching One Piece, and I'm like, dude, 1,000 episodes. I don't want to watch over 1,000 episodes. Which I don't mind that there is over 1,000 episodes because you've got Naruto, you've got Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball, all that stuff. But I don't want to watch over 1,000 episodes to catch up to only fall back to a weekly basis.
Yep.
If I'm gonna watch 1,000 episodes, I'm gonna watch it all the way through when it's done, and then I'll watch One Piece. Um,
I just
so,
started watching that one.
oh man, but they did say I read something in there that the writer was talking about. He came back from some kind of a vacation or whatever, and they're gonna start on finalizing it now
Right?
and wrapping things up, I guess.
Yeah, that is a great show, and if anyone hasn't watched it, One Piece, recommend it. I started watching it actually on my last deployment over the summer last year, and I'm up to episode 900. I've slowed down on it because I'm almost there, caught up, and
Catch it up.
I'm like,
And then you'd
we're
have to
gonna,
go weekly on it.
yeah,
And
we're
see, I
gonna
don't
take
want
a
to do
pause.
that. I don't want to do that. Miguel's been telling me to watch it for like a year and a half now. I'm like, nah, dude. Like,
Yeah, you can slow it down,
they're gonna
take it.
they're gonna keep going for another 10 years or
Oh
something. Like
yeah,
nobody knows when it's gonna end.
never know, and I think that's a great way to do it. I like to spend my Sundays watching some of them, but most of the other ones that are long running like that, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna wait until it's full.
Yeah. And so like Boruto, I want to watch Boruto.
Oh
I
yeah,
know they're on a technically a season end right now before they start the next arc, but I kind of want to just wait. But here's the shitty part: is that sometimes you hear spoilers about Boruto,
Yep.
and I mean, it's been some time to where you know, it's okay, but you know, now I'm gonna know certain things when I do start watching Boruto, but I want it to be done so I can just binge watch it all the way through.
Yeah. And Tanya, we're just ranting about anime for a little bit before we wrap things up here and jump into a game real quick. No,
I
yeah.
introduced her to a good anime that I absolutely love. I've introduced a few people to it, and I think it's an amazing one. If you haven't seen it, it's called Parasite the Maxim.
Is that about the guy that gets the parasite in his hands and he can
Yeah.
transform?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, I have seen that.
That
That
is a good one.
that is a good one. That is a very good one. I recommend to a lot of newer folks that are watching. I just recommend Demon Slayer. I
Oh,
think
yep.
I think it has a great hook and a great story so far. It's fairly new, so it has a little bit different art style.
Yep.
But yeah, Parasite's good. I think what else because I use Crunchyroll. I don't know what you use for your anime.
Oh, I use Crunchyroll also.
I think that's the best out there. Netflix has some decent ones as well. Hunter x Hunter, I would always recommend that to people. That is such a great show.
Hmm.
The back of my phone case is the Hunter x Hunter thing. I got that for me.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then I do have a Inosuke tattoo on my calf. Do you have any anime or anything related ink? Because I see you got both arms done and a chest piece
Um,
there.
well, I want to. So I only got this one on my shoulder here,
Okay.
but I want to. So this whole sleeve is mostly like family and military and stuff like that. Um, so I do want to get a right sleeve solely on anime,
Yeah.
but I kind of want to do like a mashup. I don't want to just do the typical. Well, here's tattoo of Vegeta. Well, here's a tattoo of so and so.
Yeah.
Um, I kind of want to do like a mural of all the different stuff, but combined. Like maybe like Goku, but with you know, some uh maybe Sage Mode eyes from Naruto. Um,
Okay.
you know, maybe Edward Elric, but you know, just like blend it like right in the
Yeah.
Nimbus cloud, you know. Um
Mash
things
it up.
like that where yeah, it's all kind of mixed in so there's like a little bit of Easter eggs of different stuff going on, you know. So, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Well, that is all I have for the interview. For you. That's really the brunt of the questions. I guess the last is obviously you guys can find him at Just Super Saiyan. I got your guys' links or your links down below. Do you want to shout anyone out or any last words or tips for the guys watching?
Uh, you know, just you for thank you for having me on here and talking to me about everything. I love it.
I appreciate it too, man.
So,
I think it's
and
a
just
fun way to talk.
to all the people that have supported me over the years, and this journey into streaming and everything like that. I started 3 years ago. I had no idea about fucking anything. So it's definitely been an experience, and I've met a lot of amazing people over the years.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Just Super Saiyan, the wholesome pickle eating anime loving father. There you have it. All right. So, you ready to play some games?
I am. I am.
Heck yeah. I was thinking DBD, of course. That's where we should go.
So, how many games of DVD have you played?
Oh,
Oh, we got a huntress.
yeah, she's coming down the way where I spawned at. She's in the cornfield right now. Um, I've played a handful, a good bit of them. I played a little bit on PlayStation beforehand, and then PC I kind of stopped playing. And then I had some friends that were really into it that I'd mess around with. I understand the concept, but knowing the maps, I don't know any of the maps.
Oh, okay. This map is rough for
Oh,
me
fuck.
because I'm partially colorblind.
Oh,
So this all these colors with the corn and the grass and all that is a little rough on me. Especially with the auras of like hooks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to distinguish sometimes. Like our teammate got knocked, and I don't know where she is.
Yeah, she's on the other side of the map. Kind of behind the other generator. These skill checks get me.
I'll wait till she doesn't have a Huntress Lullaby, I don't think, so that's a plus.
Here, though. Yeah, she's in the middle here.
She saw me.
Chasing you? Yeah, you were going towards the hook,
Yeah.
bro. Tag this generator in here.
She doesn't have Lightborn. Oh, she doesn't want to chase me.
No, she's... Toga asked what killers you do play.
I like to play a lot of them. I do like to play a lot of Huntress, Deathslinger, Mikey. Ooh, she's a whiffer.
Oh no.
That's alright. I got Deliverance too, so I unhooked our teammate, so I'm guaranteed to unhook myself if I do
Oh.
get hooked. And she has to climb over and get me. And if I get my my wiggle off, I might be able to wiggle off too.
I think they give a lot of good options just for the survivor to be able to get off from the hunter.
Yeah. She's going to whoever's on 2 gens.
That one, okay. Should have this one finished up here in a second.
Perfect.
He's working on this one.
Yep, that's me. Awesome. Oh, she's already picked up.
Yep. Oh no.
I do love Tombstone Mikey and Scratch Mirror Mikey. Those are probably 2 of my favorites right there.
Is that just them with certain perks?
It's the add-ons. So like Tombstone Mikey, it takes forever to tier up to tier 3, but when you do,
Yeah.
you don't actually have to hook anybody. You can insta-kill them all.
Kind of just dancing around this chick that is hooked.
Oof.
Yeah, down right there.
I don't know if they were tunneling her or...
Oh, they got the other guy too. I got her chasing me.
See, this is where the sluggers come in.
Pick somebody up, yep.
See, this is... She wasn't recovering.
Yeah, she's picking the other one up now.
I'm gonna try and get this door open here.
Okay.
While the guy's on hook here.
Hey, thank you for the alert, Toga.
Oh.
She's in the building, going around it. Coming behind.
Oh, no way. That unhook was 99.
Waiting for her to go away.
Yep, the teammate's behind you if you want to heal up with her and reset. Oh, she's going to you guys. Yeah, she's slugging. This is what's frowned upon. She's proxy camping the hook and slugging.
Yeah, I can see that.
So if you want to go to the other exit gate and try to work on that, at least not give her that 4K, you know. She's coming for you.
Oh, damn.
Let's try.
A little camper. I'm nervous.
That should have not hit.
You're just down right now, right?
Yep.
Okay.
She's chasing Michaela right now.
I'm gonna open this door.
Yeah, she's busy on her. You want to pick me up and then
Yep.
we'll reset and heal?
Oh, what the heck? Oh, she's right there. Can I get this heal off? Nope, she's coming. Run.
Nope.
Really?
That's alright. I got tenacity. Oh, she's picking up. Michaela's on the other one too, so if you want to get to the exit gate.
Yeah, you. Let's try to like body block her.
Michaela's coming back.
That's my first hook, so I'm good. Should I even take chance to try to get off of this?
I wouldn't say at the moment, because that'll kill your time and put you to second hook.
Okay.
If anything, that'll give me and Michaela time to reset here and try to save you. She got the other door open too, so if we can reset. Oh, she's just gonna unhook.
Yeah, she's just gonna unhook. I'm gonna run to the exit.
Yep. Make sure you take the first hit because you have endurance once you get unhooked.
Okay.
If you can. Nope. Over here. Over here. Other way. I think she went to the other gate too.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
Get some heals before we get out.
Yeah, we'll do it closer to the here.
She's on her way.
Oh, yep. That's all right.
Got some extra points.
Oh yeah.
GG's
Let's
for
go.
sure.
3-man escape.
Ooh, that's a lot of blood. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick
All right.
and grab a cookie because I made some peanut butter chocolate chip cookies before the stream.
Oof.
Alright. I am ready.
Right.
How old are the kiddos?
They are 8, 9, and 11 right now.
Oh man. My son's 5 and he starts school this year. How was that when they first went off to school?
5?
Yeah. How was it for you?
Oh, that was fine. I don't know. It wasn't like overly emotional, I guess. If anything, it was more like, yes, stay in school. Can we add an hour to school time?
Yeah, I'm excited about that. No daycare costs.
All right.
Finally happening. Used to go for the perks, huh?
Yep. Because you can always get more items later on. Unless you find like a really good item that you want. Um, so if you find like purple level stuff and you want to get that, because once you reset to level 50 and you prestige them,
Yeah.
you're still gonna get the perks later on, and then you can get them all early too. So actually, early on, I do focus on perks, but then once I go to like level 40 to 50, I focus on the good items because they typically don't show up until later on in the blood web levels.
Okay.
And then once you P1 them, you can get those perks too.
So much.
Yeah, the tutorial doesn't really go in depth about perks and all that stuff. That's something you kind of got to learn by playing. Um,
Mm, I do like having dark sense on. That one's nice. Each time a generator's on, I can see an aura of the killer within 24 meters.
yeah. Or if you're looking for especially learning maps, I think what I suggest to people is Kate has a perk called Windows of Opportunity. It'll highlight the auras of all the windows
Oh,
as well as pallets for you. And then there's another perk too that'll highlight the auras of 3 generators. I know that's another big thing is people can't find generators to work on. I'd have to remember which one it's called. But
yeah.
those are good perks for people trying to learn the new maps and stuff like that.
I think I just unlocked that one that shows the generators.
It actually grants a bonus too. So if you work on one of the 3 highlighted generators, you get like a
A 9% increase?
maybe on repair speed.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I did just equip that one. Heck yeah. Ooh, these cookies are super peanut buttery. And then less peanut butter.
That is one thing, man. My kids are allergic to peanuts,
Mm.
and that's just rough for me. But I love Halloween, man, because
Yeah.
when they get Snickers and Reese's and all that stuff,
It
guess
comes your way.
who's gotta take it off just for their safety, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you just gotta take the hit.
Yeah, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make, though.
Ooh.
Mikey's map.
Oh, shit, yeah. The guy was right next to me. He went into the house.
Oof. Oh, one thing I noticed last game too, you were loud vaulting through some of the windows.
Oh.
So it doesn't. It's not obvious to everybody if you don't know about it, but like if you loud vault, it actually gives a noise and a visual notification to the killer when you do that.
Okay. How do you cancel that?
So are you playing on controller?
No. Keyboard and mouse?
Okay, yeah, just don't press shift when you vault stuff,
Oh, okay.
and you'll do a slow vault, and that way it's quieter. But if you loud vault or like fast vault things, the killer will know exactly where you're at.
I didn't even know I was doing that.
Yep.
Oh, I was bad on that. It's always the one that's like right there at the beginning that gets me.
Oh yeah. I don't know who the killer is.
He's some big brawly dude with like a hatchet or something. And like a weird white mask.
Trapper. Trapper. So be careful where you step, because if he puts traps down, then you get caught in it. It's gonna be rough, depending on what attachments he's got.
It's like he has like the bear traps and stuff, doesn't he?
Yep.
Coming this way. Looks like he's going the other way. Gotta get this guy off the hook.
I can get the unhook. It'll give me my deliverance value.
Okay.
He's putting traps around that hook too. Oh, they just try to unhook themselves and
Yep.
went to second.
I'm right here. He's coming behind us now. He has the other person here.
Yep. Oh, he's a whiffer.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, good block. A little horn.
He doesn't have Lightborn. You take him away so that way Ada can pick you up.
Recovered. Yep.
Chilling.
Good to go.
Oh, he stepped in his own trap. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the killers can step in their own?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I got him after me.
Alright, I'm getting healed up now. Hey, if those traps want to be on our side, I'm okay with that.
It's funnier when he's carrying a survivor. He will drop him too if he steps in his own trap.
That is funny. I'm gonna go do this one upstairs in this building. It's highlighted for me. I'm gonna look for the exits.
He will not give up on me.
Look up here.
Oh,
He's down there.
that's alright. I can unhook myself.
He's like, I'm right here. I hit the other person. He's downstairs. Oh, look good. Thank you for the alert, fam. Come on, buddy. Bring it on. He went into the house. He just gave up on me.
How to give up on you so quick, man? He chased me forever and a day.
I was just dancing around a car on him. Oh. Oh, snap. Hold on. What is it? Thank you for what? What did I do? He's hanging out with you? Oh, of course. I support because I like watching your stuff. Oh, he got me. Oh yeah, go for it. I can take a joke. I am definitely okay with jokes. Oh, so close! I don't want to do that yet.
Now, the only time you really want to unhook yourself is if, like, you're slugging everybody and you're on hook and all that stuff, and it's pretty much like your only last resort to do it.
He's a whiffer.
Nice.
Ooh, get juked, boy.
Or I'll heal you up here.
It's still on the other side of that house where we were.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back up here and finish that generator. Actually,
All
this
right.
one down here is pumping off. Just stick to it. On the street right now. Yeah, and Love Kid, anytime you need anything, just let me know. Like, if you want to bounce an idea off someone, like, I'm more than open to listen to it. Like, I can give you my honest opinion on it and whatnot, like, or just like, hey, have you thought about this too? He's chasing that person. And the other gal is going up behind him.
They're getting me unhooked too.
You're the car game, buddy. Oh, he got me. Oh, get the flashlight.
He don't like that.
He's still chasing. Oh, this
And
guy is still
I'm working on that gen. I'm on that gen you were on right in the middle of the street too.
Ah! I turned too early. I should have waited.
Nope, too far. Nice.
Where's that hook? He's looking.
Oh, teammate's going to grab you.
Oh,
Nope.
she got trapped. He's coming back for her.
Ah, I ran out of battery.
Rude.
Ah, she didn't wiggle off.
He's coming to that gen now. He's chasing you. I'm gonna go get her off the hook.
Yep. I'll take him as long as I can. Oh, he's going back. Oh, there he is. Okay. Who, you want me? Oh, he's going to the door. He's going to you guys.
If we move.
I'm working on the door at the end of the street here.
Yep. I'm just upstairs. Where was that door at?
It's right at the end of the street. I don't know where the other door is. They opened that one up, so both doors are open now.
He's blocking it.
Oh, the other two left. No, he's not on my door. So it's on the other end of the street. So run to the other end of the street.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we got this. He's way too far away.
Yeah.
Chilling.
You tried.
He did. Yeah, we'll just get out. An okay for him. Booty bopping, boy.
Nice. Yeah, I do enjoy this game. I know,
It's
like,
a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
oh yeah, I mean, it never gets old too, because you never know your teammates or anything that you get. It's weird coming back to it because, like, when I did load up, I feel like 3 matches in a row, I had like 2 other survivors leave, and then like it was like 2 matches after that, the killers left, and I was like, what the heck?
It depends on the time. Early mornings, it's tough to find a match sometimes, based on your server.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
Hey, do your thing. Let's see perks here. You know, like a survivor, they won't leave scratch marks or pools of blood, and they gain. Ooh, I like that. "36-meter radius." Toolbox again. Golden ticket with a dull appearance, both faced with smooth and void of inscriptions, can be attached to a key. Using its jump ring to channel the key's aura reading ability, reveals survivor's aura within 48 hours. What is this? We'll make it. When you rescue a survivor from a hook, gain 100% speed increase while healing others for 90. Oh, hell yeah. All survivors start the trial together.
All right, I'm back.
All right. This kinship activates when you are in the struggle phase of the hook. Ignore the survivor within 16 meters of your hook while kinship is active. The hook timer is paused for 26 seconds. Man, there are so many items.
Yep. New part's a really good one.
Oh, the brand new part?
Yeah.
Yeah, that increases everything, it seems like.
As long as you get the skill checks, yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get better at that.
But the good side too is even if you don't, there's 2 individual skill checks. So even if you miss one, you get the next one. It'll still count. And even if you don't, it's not like a normal miss skill check where it'll pop and give a notification to the killer. So even if you miss both, there's still no negative results from it either.
Oh, wow. It was kind of situational. You have healed other survivors. Renewal activates. All renewals activated the next time you are unhooked or you unhook yourself. They're affected by broken status effect. After a total duration of 28 seconds, renewal automatically heals you from all injured health. Automatically heal yourself.
Yeah, a lot of perks have you know, a lot of give and take. They have some good pros to it, but you gotta outweigh the cons too of what they do. So like the deliverance that I have, um, if I unhook somebody, a lot of perks too, they have requirements. So I don't always get to unhook myself. I have to unhook somebody first.
Yeah.
And then if that happens, then I can unhook myself. And it's guaranteed 100%. However, then I am broken for a little bit too. And I can't heal myself for a minute.
Oh.
But I'm doing one of the only reason I'm running Deliverance because there's a Steam achievement. You have to unhook yourself like I think 50 times. And again, I'm an achievement whore. So yep. So I have to unhook myself 50 times, and I've done that 31 out of 50. But it counts. So once I get that achievement, I'll take off Deliverance.
Watch the next episode of Tarkov TV live on July 19th, 5:30. Oh, they have another one coming out. Oh yeah, good morning to you too, Hammer. Old Bale. No, I would have thought like DBD would have had like a stream team for this game. Like a lot of the top content creators would kind of be in a group or something too.
I don't know. I think that's kind of what their Fog Whisper program is they use those partners to kind of spread the game out.
It's kind of cool.
I think I got one or two more, and then I got to take care of some other stuff.
Do your thing, man. I'll probably be on the Isles. I don't know if you ever played that game.
The Isles? I was gonna ask Sea of Thieves.
Oh, you're gonna get on Sea of Thieves, or?
No, I thought that's what you meant for
Oh
the
no,
Isles.
no, 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 no. The Isles is it's a survival game. You play as dinosaurs though,
Mm-hmm.
and you started like as an adolescent and everything, and you have to like make your way to become an adult, and like obviously you fight AI and other players
Yeah.
too. Pretty slow paced game, but it's relatively fun. They have a you can sign up on the beta for it too. Like once you buy the game,
Mm-hmm.
you just change the properties in Steam, and then like there's a bunch of more different dinos that you can be. I just found out about the beta yesterday. Like, you ever see like videos of like people playing as like a crocodile in the water, and then they like jump out and grab like something?
Oh yeah, that's what I was watching you. Oh fuck, it's Ghosty. That just scared the shit out of me. I saw you doing that last night. You were watching some videos.
Yep, that's the Isles. Good little game. It beats going and playing Ark. Because if I'm on Ark, I'll be on that game for a long time. Thanks, Tanya.
Does not have Lightborn.
I see you running.
I don't know where he went though.
He's coming. He's right there at the generator.
He's swinging at. Is he upset he's spaghetti?
And somewhere else.
Oh, sorry. I moved. I may have pallet stunned him and flashlight stunned him a couple times.
He's probably pissed off.
Mm.
You can unlock pretty much every killer with like in-game currency, can't you?
No.
Okay.
Licensed killers, you have to actually either buy the packs or actually, yeah, licensed killers and stuff you have to buy. But you do if you get the Rift. Technically, you can earn Auric cells that way, and then purchase them that way.
He's coming over at that generator. By the hut, he just ran around. Going by the tractor. Come on.
So this is the slow vault
Yeah.
versus the
Okay.
that you'll hear that thunk. That's what they'll hear. I don't know if he's given up. Because after I lost him chase, we did see him just sitting there swinging at the corn.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was upset he's spaghetti or...
He was like, I can't get anybody.
Oh, there he is. He's coming over here. Yep. He's against the edge of the map.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. You can just see him. Oh, he has like a sneaking perk?
Yeah, he's what they call a stealth killer. Like when he goes into a stock mode, he's got no terror radius.
Oh. I'm over here like, I don't see my heartbeat. Here's like, he's right there.
Yeah, the heartbeat's reactive to the terror radius. So you got killers like Mikey or Wraith when they cloak. They don't have a terror radius. Or there's that perk Insidious where if they stand still for like 2 seconds or 3 seconds,
yeah,
they give no terror radius.
We'll work on this generator over here, I guess.
Well, if you want to go to a door, me and
yeah, I'm right
Unkind
at the
are,
door.
yep. Once we pop this gen, you know.
Got this far door going.
Okay, you're at the other door.
Yep.
He's at the other door, but I'll meet you at yours and I'll heal you. Looks like Claudette's there too.
Yeah, I was about to start healing her.
Oh, he's coming.
Gonna let us?
If you want to just go ahead and go out,
Yep, I did.
That's fine. The other one is at the other door, which is fine, so I will draw time for them to open.
like
I
him
actually
and
saw
Frieza.
this. I saw this TikTok on Pokemon about one of the movies with Mewtwo,
Mhm.
and in the Japanese version, there's an entire scene where Mewtwo is actually, grown in the lab, and has a psychic connection with the professor who's creating Mewtwo with his dead daughter. And they actually go through town, like in this kind of like ghostly form or whatever, and slowly off the Pokemon that are with them, because it's Mewtwo, the professor's daughter, and a bunch of other Pokemon, and they're slowly dying off as time expires. And then the girl explains to Mewtwo that they said the tears of Pokemon is what gives birth to life. And so at the end of the movie, a lot of the other Pokemon are crying, and those tears is what's giving, like, Pikachu life again, or something like that, right? So in the American version, they said they can't have children sympathizing with Mewtwo because he's the villain. So they cut that entire scene out because it went against with what they wanted.
Really?
But if you watch the Japanese version, it completely changes the whole aspect of the game, you know? So it's crazy that how much editing goes into some shows.
Oh man, I remember this killer.
Oh, Doctor's rough to go against.
Drives you insane.
Why is our teammate trying to unhook themselves?
Oh, I found a totem. What do cleansing totems do?
Well, for one, it gives you blood points if you cleanse it, but two, it prevents any hexes from popping up. Like there's one called Noed.
Yeah.
It doesn't pop up until endgame. And what Noed does is make everybody a one-hit knock.
Oh.
So if you cleanse a dual totem, it'll prevent Noed from popping up.
Yeah, it is crazy how different some of the animes are compared to the American version and the Japanese version.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's some shows where, I don't remember which anime it was, but I read something where there was like one show, we're just gonna use numbers for example, but there was one show with like 300 episodes in the Japanese version, but it's been cut down and edited so much that the American version only ends up with 240 episodes, you know? Ooh.
Oh, I tried to flashlight him. I'm like hitting him in the face, but
So
it's
close.
nothing.
Yeah, you gotta hold it for like
Oh, what the
2
heck?
seconds or something.
I'm trying to learn the flashlight.
Oh, he's coming after me. He left me?
Yeah, he came over here and chased. was on. Hey, looking Bill, I tried to play him the other
snap out
day.
of it
And
first.
Bill is all I've really played. I've played a couple other people, but I like Bill. Just that. Ooh, Happy's right there. Oh, what the heck? That thing wasn't there. Oh, insanity got me.
No.
I'm done.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. That insanity got me. Thought I was gonna be able to slide.
I will give Bill credit. No matter what, that dude will not drop his cigarette, you know?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a G.
He just carries it all the time.
On hook, he's still got that cigarette in his mouth. Where is she? Oh, she's right on his shoulder.
Oh, she's trying. Almost. Oh, she got it.
Nice.
It's chasing her.